Over the last couple of months, Simon and I have been absolutely wrapping our heads around what Australia's top analysts and banks are forecasting for this year and the years ahead. Now, in this video, we're going to share 6 of our favourite things that we've heard from these absolute legends in the Australian property industry for the coming year.
The number one prediction for me coming out from Simon Priestley recently is certain markets around Australia are expected to increase by over 20% in 2022 alone. Now, he expects Adelaide, Canberra and Hobart to increase a further 20% in 2022. On top of that, he expects Brisbane to be the top performing market in Australia with the potential to increase 27% in 2022 calendar year. Now, what about the second prediction, Ben?
Dude, this one almost made me fall off my sleep and I'm in my seat. I feel like I'm going to sleep. It's so hot in here. But, you know, that prediction is gnarly. Between December 2021 and December 2023, he's expecting Adelaide, Hobart, Canberra, as well as Brisbane to increase by as much as 30 to 45%. Now, I don't know if this is going to happen, but it's an extraordinary forecast.
The third prediction coming out from CBA and CoreLogic is talking about the current rental crisis occurring around Australia. Now, there is a significant undersupply of rental properties, and what's expected to occur off the back of this is rents to potentially increase $100 per week in 2022. Now, Simon Priestley believes that rents could increase $200 per week in 2022. Now, that's going to hurt a lot of renters, but it could help a lot of investors.
The fourth one is the very, very strong underlying demand for both rental accommodation and brand new properties or housing in Australia. So between the inflation, the income growth occurring at the moment, the overseas growth that's coming back into the country, as well as the students coming back, the tourists coming back, the ridiculous undersupply of jobs and talent in Australia right now, as well as the huge government and private infrastructure spending going on, is all creating a perfect storm that may not materialize this year or in the next year after, but at some point before 2026, that demand is going to result in very, very strong uplift in Australia's property prices yet again.
Now, the fifth prediction coming out from CoreLogic, CBA, and also ANZ are saying that they believe the markets in Sydney and Melbourne will start to soften in 2022 and potentially even decline in 2022 or 2023. Now, we're starting to see this in the CoreLogic indices right now in Sydney, with that market starting to come backwards as of February 2022.
The last prediction for this video is more internal to us, and that is I believe that the media cycle is going to continue to be horribly negative this year and potentially into next year around properties. What that's going to mean is many people are going to sit on the sidelines. They're going to wait to see what happens with interest rates, the election, with COVID, with the European conflict, and with all of the other crazy stuff going on at the moment. And those people will sit, and then at some point their confidence will improve again, and those people come rushing back into the market with more savings, more borrowing capacity. Now, I think that the next 2 years in particular are going to be some of the best buying in the next decade. We're personally very excited. I bought a property for myself a couple of weekends ago, which I'm super excited about. I know for any of you that follow some of our other videos, I said I was absolutely not buying this year in my plan for 2022, but a great opportunity come up with the media cycle dampening. You know, instead of maybe 50 groups looking at that property, only 15 had. Instead of 5 or 10 people looking to buy it, there was only a couple of us. And because of that, I was able to grab an opportunity. There are many opportunities like that in Australia's capital cities and many of the regional markets at the moment. And we wish you all the best as you explore this year.
Now, our personal pick of the bunch is the Brisbane market. We've obviously been talking about it for quite a while now and investing here ourselves and for a small number of clients. So if you're one of the many people that's in a position to purchase an investment property this year, then we would love to offer you a free strategy session to discuss where you're at right now, where you'd like to be in the future, and we can educate you further on the current market conditions up here in Brisbane. So head over to our website, www.pumpedonproperty.com, and follow the free strategy session links to book one in with either myself, Ben, or one of our colleagues. And after that strategy session, you can take that information and go out there and absolutely smash it yourself, or you could become one of the very few clients that we work with each month, and we can hold your hand and support you through that buying process. Either ways, we wish you all the best of luck, and I hope you've enjoyed today's video.
Woo!
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Getting cool, bro. Yeah. Oh, it's sweaty. So sweaty. Oh, that's good. Look at that.
So nice, eh?
Oh.